it's about 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters longer.
Oh,
I won't say it will not roll, but it won't be a nice controlled roll.
oh.
So I prefer the wings closer to the end of the tail, but not longer than 1 centimeter. And the tail mustn't be longer than 1 centimeter. So there's a difference between a roll down and just a bird that are bumping.
Oh.
Because maybe you make one mistake in 2 or 3 weeks rolling here and then he bumps. And the guy wants to tell you, but you gave me a lot of
Roll down.
Yeah. They are rolling down. It's like, no man, just give them food that they can go up, then you will see. And then he phones me back after 3 or 5 weeks and says, "Jeez, thanks. Now they can see how far these things are rolling."
Shucks.
The sticking point for me today was have a vision, decide what type of breeds you want, get the bloodline, and because when I hear your consistency, your birds roll like this, and this is what they do. And within the past 10 years, we had less one hand, the roll downs. I'm like, wow,
those are good results, dude. Those are good results. Okay, my takeaway for today, it's everything has to do with genes. Get it right on the genes. Yeah, I think this is a message she was trying to communicate. Get it right with the genes, and then you have everything proper.
Then when you feed,
that's what I took away from today. Yeah.
You can't with feed or all these medicines. You can't make any bird roll longer, longer distance.
Oh,
but you can make it. You can with feed and some of these medicines. You can make them roll more times, not longer. So your genes must be right to get the longer roll.
Oh, got it.
And your genes must be right to get 50 babies to roll more or less the same length. It's nothing to breed birds and you get 2 that can roll 15 seconds and the other ones are only rolling 3 or 4 seconds.
Yeah. Okay.
To bring those 3 and 4 15 seconds closer to each other to get the average in your keep of 8 seconds.
Oh,
that's
just to expand on that. Like you said something about feed. There are people that say that if you give your pigeons sorghum only or white sorghum, they end up rolling down. Like, what's the difference between red sorghum and white sorghum?
There's no difference.
There's no difference.
The only difference between them.
Oh yes.
The red sorghum.
Yes.
It's causing a little bit of more acid.
In
the crop.
Got it.
So that's the only difference. But more or less the
aspects
are the same.
You mean the slime? Where you see like it has a mucus inside? Is that what you're saying?
No. It's almost like heartburn for you. The sway block.
Yes.
It's got more. It creates more acid in the crop.
Okay.
That's the only difference between the red and the
white sorghum. Got it. Yeah, nice.
So I prefer
when
I add a little bit finer food to my mix, put in white sorghum, just because of that acid thing. Because if you got heartburn, go and run a marathon. Go and run 10 kg.
Yeah, it's a good point. This is a good point.
Go and run 10 kilometers with heartburn and see if it's nice.
This is a good point. This is a very good point. Okay. Let me expand some questions. Let me see. Okay. In this side, the weather conditions are different from that side. Do you think the people that say that when you take Ken Whites and you take them in a different environment, they tend to underperform because they were born in a hot environment.
In dry climate.
So in a dry climate, yes, that's a while. Is it true?
I would like to disagree.
Make your point, please.
I was living in Pretoria North,
Oh,
close
yes.
to Jacques.
Oh, yes.
And it's much warmer on the other side of the Magaliesberg in the east of Pretoria.
So, Pretoria North, what is that side? What suburbs are there?
Pretoria North is Pretoria North. It's like Karen Park, Florana. It's closer to Acacia.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
The shopping mall Wonder Park?
Yes, yes,
It's
yes.
more
yes.
that on that side of the mountain. There it's much warmer than where I'm
this
living
side.
now.
Oh,
And I was
yes.
living there for the biggest time, the most years I established this
the
black
spot.
line.
Oh, yes.
So when I came here, the birds were rolling the same.
Oh, got
What
it.
I experienced here, I've got some interference with the airflow here against this mountain.
Oh,
Sometimes
got
the airflow, the storm will take my birds a little bit far away from home,
Oh,
and
got
then they will
it.
come back. But I don't want to agree or disagree that you won't fly good. Let's say in Johannesburg with the Ken Whites because the weather is different there. I don't think so. And remember the Ken Whites
Oh,
came
yes.
from England,
Oh,
Birmingham.
oh, yes.
It's very cold there.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Very cold
yeah.
there.
Oh,
So-
got it.
Yeah, so I don't think the environments play too big of a role. Yeah, sometimes it's much hotter here,
Oh, yes.
and I think our birds getting much get used to flying in warmer conditions as the birds in Joburg.
Oh,
Because
got it.
Joburg is about 2 to 4 degrees cooler than Victoria.
Yeah. Okay, here's another question. We were arguing with this guy. We were talking about breeding, like the question on breeding season. And I was saying that babies that are bred in winter are much stronger than the ones that are being bred in the summer. Like, what's your take on that?
Remember,
'Cause-
when it's winter,
yes.
take your mother for instance.
Oh,
When
yes.
it's winter, she takes better care of you. You must put on a jacket.
Oh.
Because she's getting cold, you must wear the jacket.
Got
So
it.
the same with the birds. When it's cold,
Yes.
the breeding pair give more attention to their babies. Make sure that they are fed properly
Oh,
and that they
got
are warm. In the summer times, I saw in the summer times some of my breeding pairs.
Yes.
Then the babies get all sweaty.
Oh.
Did you see that? When the
Oh.
pair, the hen or the cock is sitting on them, covering them with
Oh,
the
yeah,
feathers,
yeah, yeah.
the baby's getting all sweaty.
Oh.
And it's
got
like
it.
the babies are too hot.
Oh, got it.
So I think for that
And the
consistency,
drums too, ne?
the winter months are better.
Oh.
And you know what? When you are breeding now,
Yes.
we are already busy with the molting. The molting season already starting now.
Oh.
If you're
got
breeding
it.
babies now, when they gonna get chance to molt
Oh,
properly?
yes, that's proper. That's proper. That's proper. That's good.
So
Okay.
I think the early you are breeding, let's say between April and June, July,
Yes.
maybe August, your babies will get more chance to molt properly.
Oh, got it. Got it. Here's another one. I notice all your birds are clean legs, no feather feet, no anything. What's your take on Ken Whites that have feather feet? Do you think those are original Ken Whites, or
Yeah.
they don't need to have?
Yeah,
Oh,
of course. Remember one thing:
yes.
Ken White
Yes.
was a World Cup flying member,
Oh, yes.
but his main interest was actually showing birds.
Oh.
And when
got
you
it.
show birds, it must
The
have
physical characteristics.
clean feet, certain
Oh.
type of eyes, a certain look.
Oh,
So
got it.
he was breeding these birds for showing.
Oh,
But
got it.
they also can roll, and when they came here, they were nice looking birds, and they were World Cup birds. Very
Oh,
active, short, intensive rolls, high velocity, and we changed them in South Africa.
oh.
We changed them.
Also, they are World Cup birds,
Yeah.
the Ken Whites.
The Ken Whites who came into South Africa were birds that was rolling 1.8, 2.5, maybe 3 seconds.
Oh, got it.
So we start breeding them differently, long by long, and taking out the birds that's running too short, just keeping the birds that's running 3.5, 4 seconds.
Oh,
and then
got it.
It just
kept growing.
It just kept growing
Getting
and
better.
progressing. Yeah.
Oh, got it. Got it. Oh.
But Ken White actually started this Ken White family
Oh,
for
yes.
showing.
Oh, got
You
it.
remember this Ken White family?
Yes.
It was bred out of Ollie Harris
Oh,
birds,
yes.
Ernie Stratford birds, Bob Brown birds, and who was the other guy? There were 3 or 4 guys living close to each other in Birmingham.
Oh,
So Ken White went to all those guys and collecting all the bullets and all the birds without feathers to breed a showing bird.
oh, got it. Got
So
it.
yeah, and then he said, but I don't like the red or orange eye. I prefer the pearl eye.
Oh, yes. On that, let's expand on that. Like, what's your take on breeding for the eye? Like, is it something that you look out for where you say that I don't want a pigeon that has maybe orange eyes or maybe that has pearl eyes or have bull eyes? Like, do you breed for that?
Yeah,
Or
let me tell you something.
Oh, yes.
It depends on what strain you are breeding.
Oh,
There's
got
nothing wrong with an orange or a red eye.
it.
Nothing.
Oh, got it.
But if you get, because Ken White was selecting pearl eyes
Oh,
for showing,
Oh.
and that was one of the characteristics that he bred into the Ken Whites, was the pearl eye. So if the guy comes to you and say, listen, I've got a clean Ken White here,
oh, yes.
and that bird got orange eyes.
Orange eye, that's
You say
not
to him,
a-
sorry,
yeah.
I'm not interested. You don't take it.
Oh,
because
got
Ken
it.
Whites don't have orange eyes.
Oh,
End
got
of story.
it.
But the dark eye, the black eye,
Oh, yes.
I gave up. With all the characteristics and all the things that I bred into this bloodline over the 40 years.
Oh,
The eyes were one thing that I said I'm not going to
Focus on.
waste my time on that
oh,
because
it's gonna
the
take
black
too
eye
long. eh?
came out every time.
Oh,
The black eye came out. Yeah.
Also, do you call them when you have black eyes, or you just send them to the pet shop or something?
No. I keep them because it's still part of my genes,
family.
my
Oh,
family.
Oh,
Like I
got
said,
it.
I didn't get rid of them. I could have.
Oh, got it.
I
got
made a
it.
test for about 5-6 years.
Oh, got
And I
it.
just paired a hen and a cock with both pearl eyes.
Oh,
Every
yes.
slip and single baby had 2 black eyes.
Oh,
And
got
you
it.
paired, you paired two birds together with black eyes, then all the babies got white eyes, pearl eyes.
Oh, got
So
it.
I said, listen, I'm not going to struggle with this too much. I'm going to leave the eyes as long as my birds don't give me an orange or a red eye, then I know I'm safe.
Oh yeah, because I
Then I
heard
know
someone saying that only the racing guys look for the eyes. With the rollers, we don't look at the eyes.
Yeah, you see, there's a lot of things that you can learn from the eye.
Oh, is it?
I will go to your lofts just by looking at the bird and looking at his eyes. I will take out your best rollers in your loft.
Really?
Yeah,
From the eye?
from the eye.
Oh, shucks.
Wait, so it's not just the color of the eye, it's also
How is
the condition of the
The
eye.
condition,
Yeah, the stars,
the more shiny the eye,
Oh, yeah.
the more that bird is full of energy.
Oh,
And the black part of the eye,
oh,
Yeah.
it must sit on a certain way.
oh.
It mustn't. You see that black part of the eye? It's not round. It's oval.
Okay.
And it might, and that the point, the oval make here, mustn't be too high on top of the nose or too low on the below of the peak. You see that corner at the peak, the 2 peaks are making that corner here must be straight line, and then that surrounding around the black eye, you must look at that. If it's broken too much, then if it's more solid, then it's a better bird.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I think we've discussed this before. With the broken eye birds, do you think that most of them they end up rolling down? They don't perform well.
No.
I've heard people say that they can probably roll from a distance, probably 10 seconds. In most cases, they won't kick open. Is that true?
No. Have a look at this bird.
Okay.
I will bring it out here. I will bring it out.
Okay, got it. Got it. Very interesting.
Look at this bird's eye.
Oh, can you
It's,
please come
it's
this
only
side?
colored on top. You see, it's only colored on top.
Oh yeah, it's a broken eye.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this side as well.
Oh yes.
And this was one of my best rollers this year in the kit. It can roll between 6.5 and 8 seconds, 9 times in 15 minutes.
Nice. Nice.
So you don't look at the broken color of the eye. When you put this bird, the eye in the sun, you will see the black in the middle.
Oh,
Then that's the part that you're looking at the eye.
got it.
And it depends.
Man, we're learning today.
Depends on
This
how
is
far
good
that
quality
oval is
information.
showing down or upwards, and the surrounding on the outside of that black, what do you call it, pupil. The surrounding how solid and how nice is it formed.
Oh,
Then the eye can be broken. It doesn't make any difference.
okay. Another thing, while you're holding this bird like that, like, is there something that you look out for when maybe you're pairing them? Maybe you want your tip to ratio or your wings to be somehow
Okay.
the body type, maybe the apple eye, the apple body. Do you look out for those stuff, or you just look
Okay,
at a
in
good roller?
my black line,
Yes.
you won't find an apple body
Oh, got it.
that easily. I don't think so. I never saw apple body in my black line. But coming to the wings and the tail, the tail mustn't be longer than 1 centimeter than the wings.
Oh, got it.
You get some birds that the tail is it's about 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters longer.
Oh,
I won't say it will not roll, but it won't be a nice controlled roll.
oh,
So I prefer the wings closer to the end of the tail, but not longer than 1 centimeter. And the tail mustn't be longer than 1 centimeter of the
okay.
wings.
This is how I hear it. You see how you're holding it. This is what people say. They say that the tail needs to be longer than the wing, because when it's in the air, it needs to be slower. Because in our competition, we look out for things that are going to be slower. And if it's slower, the more slower it is in the air, the better time you're gonna have in the stopwatch. Because we're breeding something that is totally different from the Birmingham. With the Birminghams, you need them to have a velocity that is very fast and come out of that air.
Okay, I will tell you something.
Okay.
I've flown a few years ago. I flown a hen that was rolling very tight like this, and a cock that was a bit looser.
Oh, got it.
But they rolled the same distance on the stopwatch. But if you look at the roll in the air, that hen was tight. Now, she already, when they opened the rolls,
Yes.
he was more than half the distance beneath
got
her. But they rolled on the stopwatch exactly the same amount of time. They rolled, let's say, for instance, both of them rolled 8 seconds. But when they opened out of their roll, he was much further down.
Oh yeah,
Because she
sometimes-
was
yeah.
the revolutions of the roll was so high.
Yeah.
She actually standed still. I watched her one day, almost for 2.5 seconds. She spun before she starts falling.
Oh, got it.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Oh, interesting. I think that's the last question. Now.
If you like this video, you better subscribe to Lifestyle of a Roller Pigeon Fancier, or your pigeons are going to roll down if you don't in your next fly.